So that means if you're not giving them a thorough wash, you're literally letting the water kind of drizzle on the top of your feet. This was brought up a while ago. Certain people and certain groups of people not using washcloths.
Absolutely not.
I know. Do you use a washcloth?
No.
Me either.
I think
disgusting.
people use washcloths.
I think so.
Like for their body.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, what are you washing your butt with?
My hand.
This show is, to be honest, on a very low calorie, high protein diet. To be honest.
Come on. Here we go.
Welcome to another episode of the That's Scary with Meloney P podcast. I am your girl, Meloney P, and we are here with another episode, y'all. Now, this might be a very interesting one. Well, low-key, all my episodes are interesting. However, I was on Facebook and I saw yet another person saying how they don't use wash rags, saying how they don't wash their feet, blah, blah, blah. And I just wanted to have a quick key about this because how you not washing your feet and it's already wet in the shower? But listen, before we get started, y'all, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are pushing these videos out. I'm enjoying it. I think I said on my last video, I have thoroughly enjoyed these latest videos, and I spoke a lot about my struggles in terms of just some things I've been going through in my 9 to 5, and I'm just I'm starting to get in a much better place, and I feel like it's translating in my videos and in my energy, and it's just very scary, honestly, very, very scary. And when I talk about it, we're gonna talk about it. Also, make sure that you hit that link in the description button for your Nama products, y'all. I just got my second shipment of the Euphoria Nama gummies, and when I tell you, I keep saying the same thing, but when you order yours and get your $5 off by pressing the link in the description, you will thank me. Now, my favorite is Euphoria, but they have several other things. They have things for sleep. They have things for calm. They have just different things. They have something called Buzz Drops that I thoroughly enjoy, that you put in your drink instead of like having actual alcohol, and it helps you feel a little bit buzzed without the alcohol. But yeah, y'all, make sure you are supporting the show and supporting yourself first and foremost by the joy that I guarantee Nama will give you, y'all. So make sure you hit that link in the bottom of the description. Get your $5 off. Now, this is going to be a really fun show, but I want to hear from you guys. So on Facebook, I was looking and I saw that Travis Kelce was on a podcast saying how he doesn't always wash his feet when he takes a shower.
Somebody say Jason Kelce looks like he doesn't wash his legs or feet.
Yeah, obviously. Who the washes your legs, or what kind of psychopath washes your feet?
What?
Travis, don't act like you wash your feet. I'm
not washing my feet every time, but after like a football practice, like at St. Joe, where my feet have just been like, yes, I wash my feet.
You're not washing. No,
yes,
you're like everybody else who, when you look down, if there's visible dirt on them, I'll scrub the dirt off. I don't even touch my feet. Why the would I wash my feet? I'm not touching my feet unless I'm clipping my.
And it had me thinking. You had me thinking because I saw on another podcast these girls getting bashed because they said that they don't ever use a wash rag when they wash. And then it had me also think that.
Absolutely not.
I know. Do you use a washcloth?
No.
Me either.
I think
disgusting.
Am I scrubbing my body with a washcloth?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I know. I think we're.
That is like a UTI waiting to happen.
I think we're in the minority. I really do. No, I think we are.
People use washcloths?
I think so.
Like for their body?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, what are you washing your butt with?
My hand.
Okay. We got it. We did not intend nor mean to have that video go as viral as it did, but lesson learned. We're going to use washcloths moving forward. So I don't know. Have a shit. Sorry. Hold on. Have a great rest of your day.
No. I'll just say that someone that lives in my home does not, is not used to using a wash rag either. And so it really, 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 I should say washcloth. Wash rags sound kind of ghetto, but it really had me thinking. So how are you in the shower, bathing, and skipping your feet? Your feet are in socks and shoes for the most part, especially if you're an athlete like Travis Kelce. So your feet are in like socks and shoes, sweating likely. So that means if you're not giving them a thorough wash, you're literally letting the water kind of drizzle on the top of your feet. You're not cleaning the bottom of your feet. You're walking around again before you get in bed, and you're getting in your clean sheets with dirty feet. Like, I'm just really confused, right? Because I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand. Then this whole thing with the washcloth. So this was brought up a while ago about, certain people and certain groups of people not using washcloths. And I found it to be very interesting. And I saw that this podcast, and I'll try to find it and add the podcast information on the screen. But I saw that this podcast, these girls were saying how, they were reading something and it was saying, about using a washcloth, and how they were like, wow, do you use a washcloth? Because I don't use a washcloth. And they were both like, no, we don't even use washcloths. Like, are we weird? Are we like, is something wrong with us? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. But here's the real key. The sad part about that situation with them is that, like, they were really being harassed in the comments, like, to the point to where she had to make a separate video saying, y'all, we get the point. We know we need to use a wash rag. Please stop coming for us. Please stop harassing us. We know we need to use a wash rag. But this is the thing. And this is what I'm kind of scared to say. A lot of dermatologists recommend not to use a wash rag and to just use your hands because of the bacteria that can be housed in your washcloth. That makes sense, right? Like, I understand that, you shouldn't be using the same washcloth week in and week out and day after day, right? So I'm gonna tell you what my regimen is. My regimen is this. I have 2 washcloths, right? I have a vagina washcloth, I have a body washcloth, and then I also have a African net scrub. I use my vagina washcloth for my personals with, that particular wash. And then I use my African net rag or cloth. I used that more so than the second one. But I have 3 different ones up there, right? So the African net cloth is very good at exfoliation. It doesn't, from what I understand, it doesn't harbor as much or have the ability to harbor as much bacteria as a typical washcloth. But I have 3 different types of washcloths in the bathroom: vagina, body, African net, right? Now, they're saying that, washing your body with your hand by itself is kind of the most safest way and the best way because of bacteria. I also read that, if you are using a washcloth, then you have to kind of switch them out at least every other day. And you know that you are not switching your washcloth out every other day. Now, I don't typically go more than, I say, a week, meaning like the work week, without switching my washcloth. Like, I am going to be honest here, raw and transparent. Like, I will, because I have 3. So I'm typically using on my body the African net cloth, and then the vaginal cloth. And then what I do is, after I use those different cloths, I, rinse them off while I'm in the shower, and then I wring them off as much as I possibly can. And then I hang them this way, open, and I let them air dry until the next day. Now, another fun fact, right, that I actually found out couple of weeks ago. And I think I said this on another podcast, but I found this to be very interesting, right? So science versus our Black people culture and tradition. I don't know. I'm going with the Black people tradition and culture with using a cloth. But even when it comes to making your bed, so if you know me and if you know my mama, we could not leave our room without making sure our bed was made. So that's been ingrained in me literally since I was a child. And I ingrained it in my oldest, and I'm going to ingrain it in my, baby, right? But I was literally reading that it is best to not make up your bed, because when you lay in the bed all night and when you immediately get up and then make your bed, the sweat, the grime, whatever, bacteria, whatever, it's kind of like mushed in between those sheets, and it's breeding. It's like a better breeding ground for bacteria and whatever else is in the sheets, right? You know what I'm saying? So they were saying that, don't make up your bed, pull the sheets back and let the air hit the unmade bed and the sheets, because I guess it's not as much of a good breeding ground to let the air hit your sheets. Now, am I going to not make my bed? I'm not gonna make my bed because I've been going through a little something, right? But when I do get back to making my bed, I'm going to make my bed, because it just gives you a sense of success first thing in the morning, right? A lot of people say that, making your bed in the morning helps kind of like facilitate a sense of success early in the morning, and it just kind of facilitates an ongoing rhythm of completing a task. You start off with making your bed. That's the task done. It sets the tone for the rest of your day, getting things done, completing things, putting yourself in order. So yeah, I'm still going to say to make up your bed, because I just feel like it's just worth it at the end of the day. And you should be changing your sheets weekly anyway. Like, I wash my sheets in boiling hot water. I put a little bit of Lysol stuff in there. I put my hot water, I soak them for 15 minutes. If they're white sheets, I put bleach, in them, and then I use my Tide, blah, 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 blah. But you should be washing your sheets every damn week anyway. And my, what do you call that thing? Pillowcase, I change, at least twice a week because of, your skin and stuff like that. Here's some fun facts. So 44% of people just use their hands. 38% of people use a loofah or a washcloth. I'm sorry, a loofah. And 14% of people use a washcloth, and 4% use something else. 44% uses their hands, which is a majority. 38% use a loofah, and 14% of people use a wash rag. So maybe we, and I know you like me, are in the minority. I guess we are. Another fun fact, Lovely Skin CEO and board certified dermatologist, Dr. Joel Schlesinger, recommends cleansing with your hands over a shower loofah or washcloth. The average person should change their washcloth every 1 to 2 days for optimal health. Washcloths should be thoroughly rinsed, dried after each use to prevent bacteria and germ buildup. It is recommended to replace your washcloths in general every 2 to 3 months if used daily, or every 3 to 4 months if used less frequently. Now, that was very interesting, and I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of people will buy, I know my mom and just different people, they'll buy a bunch. My mom has a linen closet full of nice quality, amazing towels I be trying to steal when I go home. And I don't think people are really going in their linen closet and every 3 to 4 months trashing all the towels and replacing them with new ones. So, we're still here. We're still healthy, I guess. So at the end of the day, it's just interesting when you kind of look at science versus what we are really doing. And Black people really you better be using a washcloth. You better be washing your sheets and changing your sheets. And I just feel, and making your bed, maybe we're wrong. I don't know. Let me know if you use a washcloth, if you use a loofah, or if you use your hands to wash your body. just let me know. Listen, don't be ashamed, because we can help each one teach one. And going forward, maybe we'll change. I'm a very big fan of my African nets. I feel like it's great. I feel like it doesn't harbor as much bacteria. Yeah, I have to wash my feet. I literally have one of those pumice things in my shower, and I pumice my feet. And if I'm not pumicing my feet, then I'm washing them mugs. Like, I'm washing them. They're already wet. They're already in the shower anyway. So I don't know. It's just interesting how you look at like difference of routine, and things that seem so outlandish to certain people in certain communities seem so normal or outlandish for us to not do certain things, if that makes sense. I don't know, y'all. Listen, drop down in the comment. Make sure you order your Nama products. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, share, and I will see you in the next episode.